Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf, the Perek Chelik Shurim response to Lu Nishma Asar B'Yakov Shalom and Leah Basitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Tzadik Gimel. The Gemara, towards the end of the base, says that Nechemya does not have a Sefer on his name, even though he's the one who said most of what we have in Sefer Ezra. But there was something wrong that Nechemya did. Either Shehichzik Toiva La'atzmai, or Sesiper B'Gnusam Sherishonim. Either he said toiv on himself, or he said bad on previous generations, and therefore he did not zoichet have a sefer in his name. Now today, if you open the Tanakh, you'll see there is a sefer Nechemya. There's a sefer Ezra and a sefer Nechemya. So the simple understanding is, when the Christians printed the Tanakh, they divided it in a different way, and they created a sefer called Nechemya. But really, al pi the Gemara, we don't have a sefer Nechemya. And we see this, the Rashi, in Masechet Sukkah, Daf Yud Beis, there's a pasuk, it says, Tzu Ahar, to go out. We learn from there what the Sukkah is made out of. Rashi says, Pasuku b'Sefer Ezra. Says Rav Kiva Eger there in Gilui Nashas, it's not a Sefer. If you look at today in our Tanakh, it's a pasuk, it's Sefer Nechemya. And Rav Kiva Eger goes on to bring a few other examples where psukim that we find in Sefer Nechemya is really Sefer Ezra. And the reason why we call it Sefer Ezra, well, it's really, by us today, Sefer Nechemya, is based on our Gemara, that there's no Sefer Nechemya. But the Chidah here in Mari Sahayin says, Dover Nifla Moed. He says, what's shot that today we do have Sefer Nechemya? Do you think it's a coincidence that so happened to be that the Christians put out the Tanakh and they created Sefer Nechemya? He says, these things are not something that happened by coincidence. Devarim shel Gedusha Ke'ilu don't just happen. So he says like this, he brings the name of the Mekubal, the Ma'aris Aruk, the Talmidei of Harizal. The Rav Gamaliel was a Gilgul of Nechemya, and Rav Gamaliel lost the Nesius to have a kapara for what Nechemya did wrong. So says the Chidah, once Nechemya, through the Gilgul of Rav Gamaliel, had a tikkun for what he did wrong, so now they are allowed from Shamayim to have a Sefer Nechemya. The reason why we have today a Sefer Nechemya is because the sin of Nechemya was rectified through the Gilgul of Gamliel, and now we do have a Sefer. It's not a coincidence, it's not a mikra. And continues the Chidah and says, so why do we have Ezra and Nechemya? Based on our Gemara, Masha should have been only Nechemya. So he says, because we already created a Sefer Ezra before, so for Ezra to lose a Sefer in his name, we don't do that. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is megalgel, let's divide into two. What used to be always Sefer Ezra is now half Ezra, half Nechemya, so they both have a Sefer in their name. But he says, L'maaseh, this is all one Sefer. So when we have Chavdalit Sfarim, we have 24 Sfarim in Tanakh, Ezra and Nechemya is considered to be one. Because it was originally one Sefer and it's still one Sefer. But the fact that Nechemya has today his own Sefer is because Mishamayim is Soivev, because there was a kapara on what he did wrong. And this is a big yesod to know. Based this Chidah is giving us a big key in things that happen. When there are some events that happen in the world, even if they happen because of some maisim of goyim and some things that changed, if the maisa, the way we see it today, and especially in ruchnius, the way they appear in our eyes, there's a reason for it. Mishamayim, they're megalgel, the things will come in a certain way. One should not dismiss something and say, the goyim did it and therefore it doesn't mean anything. If this is what we have today in our hands, that means the mishamayim they're megalgalit. Dvarim nifloim ad lemoed. Anyone who wants to join the Shomach Shava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.